We're on it tonight. Everybody brought their A game. That's good.
We had our brain food.
You know what I love about January 1st at midnight is the look on the guy at Walmart's face when it's 12:01 and you're like, I want a fishing license.
Let's go. Do you really shoot the halibut once you get him close to the surface?
We just shoot the halibut every Thursday.
Fellas, get back in that current.
I love it.
I hate
That's
you.
all right.
I hate me too, bud.
It's okay, Ryan.
I'm like a really fat branch.
Definitely.
Should we just fast forward to the part where I say, so you got skunked?
I have a question for you. So
You came to the right place, bud.
no, listen.
And we are back. What? Season 4. Did you guys catch that at the beginning?
Can you
Season
believe
4.
it?
That's a brand new intro.
I love it.
Sounded so different.
Yeah.
The Quattro.
I'm going to talk about
We're
that
in
in a
the
minute.
Quattro.
But I got to tell you guys something. This is Reality Outdoor Radio, where our mission is to get you in the outdoors by connecting you with the people, skills, and products you can trust.
You can trust them.
And don't forget, boys,
What's that?
we're in the current. Season 4 of the current, that is.
It's like a class 5 today.
I'm telling you. Hey,
Back in it.
I'm Ryan. Who do I got with me tonight?
This is Pick.
I'm Steve.
It's Bucky.
I'm Will.
What's going on?
Hey, what's up?
Pick. I thought you were Brian.
It's a new season, Ryan.
brand new
It's a new season.
4.
You know what? I got to tell you guys something.
Brian's silent.
The Brian Silent.
This season it is.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's clever.
Just call me Pick.
I just need you guys to know something.
What's that?
What we all heard at the beginning is the new season 4 openers.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a new season 4 opener for the Sonic Campfire as well.
Ooh. Suspense.
I got a secret to share with you boys.
Hurry.
What? Secret away.
I took our openers from season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mailed them off, and they're now being entered into the Podcast Hall of Fame.
Oh.
Really?
Yep. I miss them already. I know
not
these
surprising.
are going to take a little bit to grow on me, but I just want to let you guys know the oldies won't be forgotten because I'm having them entered into the Podcast Hall of Fame.
that doesn't.
That is
That was a good idea.
Well,
Thanks,
Sure.
Ryan.
Thing of beauty. They
That's
were.
crazy.
Hey, did you tell us about this month's sponsor yet?
I did not, come to think of it. Thanks for reminding me, Stevie.
Stevie.
I'll tell you about this month's sponsor.
Tell me.
This month's episodes are brought to you in part by Protection First Class Outdoors. PFC lubes were designed and developed to protect and lubricate your firearms, your bows, your tree stands, heck, all your outdoor equipment.
What about fishing rods?
Absolutely fishing rods, Stevie. You know it.
No way.
You know it.
Even kniveses?
You can use it on all your knives, Bucky. The ones you made and the ones you bought. Guys, I'm telling you, this stuff was originally designed to use in automotive undercoatings. Now, it don't get more corrosive than that.
I heard that.
That's true.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah, buddy.
Does it leave a film or residue?
Absolutely not, Brian. No film, no residue. This stuff isn't going to harm the bluing on your firearms, any other kind of finish you got on any of your other outdoor products. This stuff is the ticket. And what? Now, wait.
I bet it freezes.
It does not freeze, Bucky.
What?
Oh.
But there's one more thing I got to tell you about. This stuff will also act as a cover scent.
You got me.
How many times you ever taken a well-protected and lubricated piece of equipment in the outdoors? It stinks, boys.
It
Yes, it
stinks.
does.
Not this stuff. They got the earth and the pine cover scent mixed right into the lubricant.
Wow.
They
Come
thought
on.
of
Can't beat it.
everything.
That's right, guys. Make sure you head on over to pfcoutdoors.com. Check out everything they got going on over there. Pick up some of that lube. It's the ticket.
That's good stuff right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, boys, as we are starting to kick off season 4, things are going to be rolling. We got big things coming.
Yeah.
I want y'all to just take a moment here, if you could. Reflect back on season 3.
Refract.
Oh my.
I'm telling you, good times. Normally, this would be the part, I think, where people are like, tell me what you love the most, tell me what you love the least, this or that. I want to know with season 3 at the front of your mind right now,
Right.
Yeah.
what are you looking forward to the most in season 4? See what I did there? Threw you off.
You did it.
What's a goal you've got coming up for this season? What's something you need to get done?
I think honestly, I know a lot of us are super hot into deer hunting. Like it's just more than last year, more than the year
Feels
before. It feels like there's more competition. There's more incentive to do your homework, to do to be in the moment, to try, to wake up and get out in the mountain whenever, when you probably normally wouldn't. I'm really, really looking forward to us hopefully taking some deer, having opportunities to take deer. Some of us, like I said, have done some homework. I hear Pick is passing on deer constantly, which, it takes,
You showing
Passed
off.
on an 8 the other night.
it takes
didn't
a special man to just, I like hunting so much that I don't need a deer right now.
I just want them to grow.
Some of us haven't gotten to hunt deer yet, and he's passing.
he? Yeah.
Yep.
So
That's just a little bit of the PA bitterness coming out, right?
I know. I'm sorry, guys.
it's dirty.
I'm sorry, guys.
I sit all the time, and I see deer every night.
What are you in, like your third week of the season?
I'm just
something like that?
yeah. We're
I'm
into our
almost
third.
tired of it.
We're into our third week right now. Whew. Yeah.
You probably
It's-
already-
Man, it's still warm though. It
I'll
is still
bet.
warm.
Oh, it's so warm out.
Oh.
But Bucky,
What's that?
what do you got goal wise coming up season 4?
Like, are you going more for what my personal goals are outdoors, or
Pretend it's the Fast Five. There's no wrong answer.
Or podcast wise, because I think there's two different
What's a podcast wife?
podcast
Wise.
Wives?
not wise.
Like Wives
of Atlanta.
Wives' tale. Wise.
Like the grocery store.
Yeah, like the grocery store. Why do you start with me?
Take your time,
I
bud.
didn't. We started with Will.
You start
And I
with
tried to kick it to Pick,
And
but
I-
he did nothing.
you kick it to me, but I like to go last so I can say I just want
I got
love.
something. I came in halfway through, or maybe 3/4 of the way through season 3.
That's true.
I'm looking forward to a
full
full
season?
season 4 of adding anything outdoors, adding content, adding whatever our listeners are looking for.
Some
I'll
laughs,
tell you what,
some
Pick,
knowledge.
It's not easy in the sense that if you're just trying to like get your stride, if you're trying to, like we've all had, this is season 4. So we're literally been doing this for a while now, and we got a body of work behind us that, some of us don't think about it. We just do it. But like, I feel like you're still kind of finding your voice, or you're getting your legs. So whatever metaphor,
Yeah, right.
is that accurate?
Absolutely. When I come here every week, I learn something new every time I sit behind this mic, and hopefully I'm going to continue to grow and continue to add to the quality, and as well as the content of what Rut and River Pursuits is. So I'm really looking forward to a season 4, and just growing amongst all of us, and hopefully bringing my outdoor experiences to the masses, and hopefully giving them some knowledge and giving them some education, and making it entertaining along the way, giving them some laughs.
Yeah, well, you got a
That's
ways to go
ideal.
there, bud.
I'm working on it, Will. I'm working on
The
it.
funny part.
Yeah.
I mean, here's something I'm going to say to your credit. We talk about you're trying to maybe find your legs. This is a tough group to find your legs around, because we're constantly kicking them out from underneath any chance we get. So
Well, I got some big stumps, so you guys might have 2 people need to kick them out.
that's why there's 7 of us. Stevie,
Yeah.
Bucky won't let me say, so Bucky, tell me yours next.
Why
I have to
not?
go to you, bud.
That ain't fair.
He's sensitive.
He is. He likes to go last and then make us all look bad.
Oh yeah, here we go again.
No, I'll go next.
Steal it, Steve.
Deja
Say
buck.
it.
Deja Bucky.
Buck.
One thing I'm looking forward to this season.
One more cast.
And that's waterfowls. Oh yeah. I had so much fun
Are you going to
last
see
year.
ducks?
That is cool.
Yeah, I hope so. We're gonna do that, right?
So are you going to see
We have
ducks?
to now.
Yeah.
So, Jack, are you going to see ducks?
Dude,
Is that what you said?
Are you going to see
Check
ducks?
the
I see ducks most
I
days,
said sea ducks.
but to this day, like even, and I say it every time we talk about it, but that was one of the funnest days I've had outdoors. Was
Yeah.
on the boat shooting ducks.
Yeah.
Shooting at ducks.
Yes, bingo.
Shooting at them ducks.
Towards them.
Yeah, shooting in the same direction.
From whence they came.
Yeah.
That was so much fun. I hope to do that.
And I hope
more.
this year that you actually bring more than like a box of shells.
But I don't really worry a whole lot about equipment. It's
Somebody
really
else
just
will
not
bring
on my priority list.
Slow pro. I get
Yeah,
it.
so
Okay.
I just hey guys, I'll come and see duck hunt and bring me what I need. And
Holler.
there we go.
Nice.
Yeah. So
You gotta-
waterfowls.
You got a semi-automatic this year.
I do.
You're going to be going through more shells.
Vanilla.
this
Oh
year.
yeah. We still have that, don't we?
We do.
Ooh, nice.
Life is good.
Good. Yeah, I'm all
Man,
set.
those
there.
shells are going to
better
go fast.
4
Done
boxes
and
of shells now,
Super Black
Stevie.
Eagles.
Yeah. How many? I did the math. I think we used, by I think the whole boat, it was like 200 or so shells for 15 ducks
No,
or
we
something
got
like that.
472 ducks.
But it
Our numbers are amazing.
but I was like 8 boxes, I think, of that. I don't know.
I took 4 boxes.
How many did you come home with?
I mean, not a full box.
I think I was using whatever was laying around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily,
can do
we were all shooting 12 gauge because Steve was just grabbing rounds.
It'll fit. No more waterfowl. We're gonna do that.
I could agree with that. That's a good.
Yeah.
It ties into mine. If you want me to go first, Bucky, and
Yeah.
you bring up,
Let's let Bucky back clean.
bring
up.
us up in arrears.
I'll always bring up the rears.
All right. So for me, it ties in with the sea duck thing, but I'm going to make it a little more broad. I haven't really gone back and counted up the number of outings that we had.
Yeah.
I'm sure it could be done. It could be done probably pretty easily. But whatever that number is, I want to double it.
Really?
I want us doing more stuff together as
I
a
love
group.
us some us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime, I would honestly say, like, anytime I do something, unless it's like an impromptu deal where I just grab Hunter and we're running off somewhere. But anytime I get to do something, there's at least 1 or 2 other people. I just want more big outings. You know what I mean?
What's your what qualifies as a big out? Like big as in
4 or more.
Okay, so it's not a big activity; it's a big in size.
No,
as far as
it
group,
could be.
like, yeah.
Statewide trout
We don't even
day.
have to be trying to take any game.
Yeah,
We could go literally no fishing rod. I know we would never do this.
That doesn't make sense.
No
sounds
fishing
what?
rods. We just take some inner
Check
tubes
out our outdoor
and a
podcast.
cooler and float down the creek next summer.
yeah.
That's
You know, we
not-
could
yeah.
do something like that.
No, that float we did.
We wouldn't do something like that, but I'm saying
We
we
could.
could, and it would still
would
be fun.
count.
The only time we would
could
even
go-
do something remotely like that would be like on the lazy river at some amusement park, just because there's no fish
All right, I'm in.
to even catch.
We could go to
I
the
don't know.
driving range and hit golf balls. Although I'm pretty sure Stevie's going to bring a shotgun and try to shoot
Try to
us.
I was
shoot
going
'em.
to say pull.
Practice.
Sea duck
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah.
Do they let you
Point
do
is,
that?
I think
I
we just
think
got to
that-
do more large outings.
More outings. I think more, a lot more events. Like I want to like kind of bring what we do to more people.
Okay.
And so like, I think right now we're talking about a barbecue
A class.
class.
Yes, sir.
We did the knife class. Maybe that might happen again.
Yeah.
Potentially another archery tournament.
Yeah.
You know, like that.
Sounds good.
Like having more interaction and more people get out with us and you know, taking pictures and having fun
Having
and
fun.
learning some
Yeah.
stuff. Just doing what we do, only on a more concentrated scale. Like there's so much passion in knife making. Like you can literally spend hours like honing a knife literally and just rubbing it and making it, you know, polishing it or doing whatever. And then I found the same thing. There's so much passion in barbecue. And these are things that we just kind of, some of us probably take for granted. I have taken it for granted. But like just recently, I've kind of like adopted it and starting to,
You fueled that smoky fire.
oh my gosh, just doing it so that
Those wings we had last week were the best wings I've ever had.
I know you say that, and it's hard for me to believe that.
Oh,
They made me say,
Like a wing monster.
yeah. Oh, they were good.
But no, I do enjoy them a lot, and I'm glad that you do too, because there's just little extra additives that I've never done before cooking that I'm just starting to do now, and you can change the littlest things, and I think that's what makes it so people are so passionate, and some people are secretive, and some people are really just kind of overly helpful, and like you can find there's so much passion in barbecue. Because the end result, the ends, the means to the end is so. There's so many ways to get to the end.
Yeah.
And a lot of it has to do with how what it's going to taste like and how enjoyable it's going to be. And I cooked last week, like you said, with the intent of sharing it with you guys. And to have everyone just be like, "Oh my gosh, this is great," and some people got quiet, some people went,
I'm not sure if I told you.
but it was like another level of like why you do it. You learn all that stuff. So that's what I want to do. Like look forward to is doing some things that include more people.
Yep.
I like it.
All right, Bucky,
Buck.
you're up.
Guys.
Sorry.
What are you looking forward to, Buck?
I'm going to do this in a couple of parts. It wouldn't be Bucky if I wouldn't do it.
Start with part one.
Part one, I am looking forward to this year's Sportsman's Night Out just because of what last year's ended up kind of becoming. And I'll be honest and come forward, we stumbled really upon that and put that together fairly quickly and it just came together and
it builds.
And this year, I think we hit that snowball point.
Yeah,
and we had a blast. And why I loved that night last year, and I'm looking forward to this year. It was like a family reunion. It was a large gathering of like-minded people.
Yeah,
in a very social atmosphere. Just
axe throwing is very social.
Oh, yeah.
And no one got hurt.
Good food, good drink, great fellowship. And it's in the middle of the week.
Bobby Urich was there.
Everybody was there.
He had a blast.
Yes. And just the next day, how those guys brought back all those memories with them to the show. So, and then not only is he bringing back the memories, just shooting the stories on the floor, but he's up on the hog tank, guys.
Yeah.
We happened to be walking by.
He sees us and then goes into
Tells the whole crowd that he was axe throwing with the R2 guys last.
As part of his seminar.
At the Great American Outdoors Show. Yeah.
That would have been the best seminar to sit in on then.
I was flattered. Thank you, Uncle Bobby.
But there was just, we had so many people show up that didn't show up the year before, and I that's the best part is it grows every time, and that's R2 Sportsman's Night Out. If you're in town, please stop by.
It's the Tuesday, right? Tuesday of the week of the outdoor show.
And we'll have more details.
Yeah.
We'll get those out.
We'll probably talk about it a little bit here and there.
Time or
But
two.
if you're scheduling vacation now
Pencil
for
that
next
in.
year,
do the Tuesday
Yeah,
night.
well, a lot of people do take vacation days to go to the Great American Outdoor Show. We're going to strongly recommend you take Tuesday and Wednesday. Go to the show both days, but come visit us for Sportsman's Night Out Tuesday night. Nice.
Bam. And
What's part two, Buck?
part two?
Jeez, that was only part one. Sorry. Go
Part
ahead.
two is I want to, when I'm doing things this year in the outdoors, I want to be much more focused while I'm doing them. And when I say focused, it's almost to the point of going the opposite way, where I'm just living in the moment and enjoying the moment and taking everything in and taking in the skills that I'm working on and just living that and enjoying it and not worrying about tomorrow or the next hour or just that.
Being in the moment.
What am I doing now, and what do I need to be doing now to be hunting or fishing? Is it the time that I just want to be so much more thoughtful?
That's tough to do, though.
It really is.
With being a husband, a father, a grandfather, an employee,
Providers.
But I think that's why I want to do it, because I need to start sucking as much of the marrow out of these bones as I can.
Yep. You got to really, you have to force yourself to do it too. That's the other thing, just to slow down and take it in.
And that's what I mean. I want to focus on that, and that's the one thing I want to do this year. And then be able to bring that back and maybe slow down a moment and not just talk about, I went fishing today. Share a condensed 5 seconds a moment. I thought of this while I was out there. Has this happened to you guys? Or
when you master that technique, we got to do a whole podcast on it.
Absolutely.
It's something that, well, I'm sure everybody listening, you can't, how do you just stop and enjoy just sitting? I know you can't, but how do you just take yourself out of, how you just stop and don't think about anything else about where, you're not thinking about the time, how cold it is or how hot you are,
I think there's techniques, and those are techniques to be learned.
Yeah.
And as I learn them, maybe I'll hopefully I can share them. Yeah. Hopefully I can put them to words, and it's not such a uniquely selfish thing,
I
and
think
that you
everybody
can't
would
translate to
appreciate
somebody
that.
else.
Absolutely.
Do you know the last time I had that feeling where I was literally in the moment, not thinking about the time, about everything else I have to do later that day or stuff I did last week? Day 2 of the 3-day Sodas Point trip.
Oh,
Really?
Well,
when I got there,
yes, when Will showed up.
Oh, man.
The peace came over you.
But it was a culmination of events, right? Not only was Will there, but I knew I had nothing to do that day
Yeah.
but fish.
That's such a good feeling.
And then the thing is, I did it the day before,
yeah.
and I was going to do it the next day. So I had nothing to do but be there. Now, you can apply that same logic if you're hunting, doing anything, but forcing yourself to do it when you are only going out for 2 or 3 hours. That's
tough to
a
do.
trick.
Yeah.
I think that, I didn't have that peace, because I knew I wasn't staying in the next day, and I knew I wasn't, you guys pre-scouted. That was probably the most settling part for me. Was I honestly didn't know that portion of the lake or the bay. And so having you guys there a day early and pre-scouting and having success, that was the cool part, that I was able to kind of just fish, and,
But even if you go to a known body of water and you're only going to be there for a couple hours, that's what I'm saying. It's tough. It's tough to do. If Bucky figures out how to force himself
that
to
was
do
my
it.
point, was like, there was a lot of factors for me to
get to that point, and you almost didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll let you. I have a theory of what's
I got there after the pike started hitting.
That's a magical place. Sorry, Bucky.
I do think, and this is my theory, and let's see. Let's put it
That's
to
a
this.
good Sodas point you made.
I love me some sodas.
Take it back to the Sodas Point, Buck.
But the last point I wanted to make is
point number 3.
Not the last point. It's not even a point.
A bullet.
A theory that I have that
2A
that will probably, I hope, gets us all there, and I think so, because I've been told that gratitude is the utmost of emotions to have that helps our souls transcend most situations. And if we just look at things with gratitude, just be grateful that I'm out there.
Yeah.
Grateful for this minute, and then that minute turns into 5, and that I'm going to go in with that attitude, and I'll let you know if that's
might be all it takes.
The ticket.
Yeah.
It might be that easy, guys.
It might be. I've been grateful in the moment, just getting out for 2 hours or 3 hours, but that line of thinking has made me not push as hard as I could. If that makes sense.
Yeah, you need to find a good balance.
There's a
You
balance
got to be
where-
motivated and pushing yourself, but you also want to enjoy it.
Not get lost through the trees either.
Yeah,
You know,
like
and-
I
and
mean,
stay
I've
on
been
point.
there's years where I've been like, you know what, I'm just gonna win the day. I'm gonna get out, and then I'm just, if I can only get out for whatever, then that's good enough. But then, you know, sometimes I don't feel better. You know, if at the end of the day, when I go through the motions of doing the work, doing the homework, doing the reps, like the full circle thing, like just committing to it, is when I truly feel the best.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, and there's some things I lack on or lacks about, like, you know, like it's just like Catfish has the blinds or Catfish has the equipment. I'll just go with whatever he tells me to do. Like there's times where that's can apply, but like you said, you know, but committing to the entire process is a lot more rewarding than just being, you know, okay with just getting out or just being in the moment or being
Sure.
humble or having gratitude. Like committing is that's the, you know, in my opinion.
Yeah, I just don't want to get in that rut, for lack of a better term.
I can't wait to get in the rut.
Why not?
It's going to be awesome.
I got to rush out. I got to get out. I got to get this sit in. I got to get there, and it's always I got to get, and you're always worried about what is over the horizon.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm always excited about. I'm that guy that is always excited about what's over the horizon. That's why I'm excited about the next year, season 4 of the things. Because for me, those are when I get those good feelings, butterflies inside when we're all together, having those unique moments that are almost out of spontaneity. But then.
Good things happen when we're together.
And I like that. I like that looking, that wonderment of what's over the next hill. But what I need to do a better job of enjoying the journey from where I'm at now to that point over the next hill, though.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at.
Nice.
So
Taking
what's
it forward.
number 3?
No, there's no number 3. It's a 2-parter.
I heard that there was 3 points.
I could make a 3-pointer.
What's the
Then it would be illegal. See what I did there?
Oh my.
Did you like that, Stevie?
I like that.
Just throw one up from downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Buck.
What? Throw what up from downtown?
Oh, bless your heart.
Oh,
And the third point is he just wants to be with us.
There we go.
third point is
I just need love.
what's going to happen? What is there a hybrid? I mean, are we going to start going live with some of this podcasting? I mean, we're starting to do the
Are we good
videos. I
enough
mean,
to
are
do
we
that?
going to throw out a surprise
Like,
mid-season like we can be known
Let's
to?
be honest with listeners. Are we?
Where are we going to push it this season? We seem to always do that, though, guys.
Yeah.
And it's and what's
Each season it's been taken to a different level.
I think going live would be the next logical step. But boy,
a lot of danger with
A
that.
lot of
I'll be
danger.
the first one to
a
tell
lot
you.
of danger.
Yeah. Maybe we should try an
Take
episode
it easy,
or two.
Iceman and Maverick.
As one of the
Full Buckman. Maybe we should do
Danger
it.
zone.
as one of the editors of the podcast, I can't wait until we go live.
Oh dear.
It would be easier, right?
Heck yeah,
But we do a pretty good job.
you guys do.
For our 5-minute lives, at the farm show, Steve.
Oh yeah, yeah, we do there, but that's 5 minutes.
You don't think we could do 15, 20 here and there? Push the limits on that?
Yeah, maybe 15, 20. An hour is a
There we go.
whole
Yeah,
different.
I'm not saying go from one to the
Ball
next.
game.
All this outdoor show talk actually has me pretty amped up about that. I can't wait.
That's what I was going to say, because as soon as we start the new season, it's like next thing you know,
Yeah,
Damn.
because we got to go through whitetails and that boom.
I hope to go through at least 3 of them. Complete
Is that what you
pass
have
through
time
double
for?
love.
I like the way you're thinking. projecting there,
I
bud.
like
Putting
it.
the good vibes out. That's
You know it.
exactly what I'm talking about.
You seen my Instagram handle? Pass through
Pass
archery.
through.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just a clever name.
You got the tags for it,
That's what
so
I like to
hopefully
do.
it come through, bud.
Oh, it should work. It should work.
Yeah.
Did you do anything this week to get ready for?
You know what? We've been celebrating the upcoming season. And before we go around and hear about the cool stuff that you guys have been up to,
Yeah.
I just want to take a moment and bring the podcast down for a minute because I'm pissed.
What happened?
Sorry, Will. Poachers suck.
They do.
Yeah.
There's a real good chance
They
if
do.
we would have actually been recording Tuesday night, we would have the explicit rating on this podcast because
my.
I don't think I got a full sentence out.
So
That
you're not
could have been
talking
heard.
about the existential poachers.
Yeah, the people that make your eggs Benedict.
No.
I thought we were talking about breakfast
Yeah,
cooks.
I thought, okay.
Oh,
The poachers,
Those poachers are terrible too. In my
short order poachers.
I like
Okay.
the scramblers in that scenario.
Gotcha.
I was starting to take offense to that.
I'm referring to piece of S, worthless, no good. I'm really trying to come up with words to use that I don't have to edit out later.
Just watch the
Just
watch towards the end of Christmas Vacation.
Potty
Yeah.
heads.
potty heads is a good one. Yeah, the end of Christmas Day. I'll tell you right now, I will be the first person from now on to correct anyone who uses the word poacher and hunter in the same sentence to describe the same person because they are not the same. If you shoot an animal or take a fish out of season without, and any other like illegal means, that's poaching. That has
Right.
absolutely no place in hunting. It's not a hunter. It's not an outdoorsman. You are a dirty, filthy poacher.
Preach it, Brother Ryan.
I found a deer, a big mama doe, with an arrow run through her across the road from my house in a field. And that could have been a doe that my son was going to shoot.
Yeah.
You know,
How do you know that doe didn't run up here from Maryland?
well, it was pretty well spined, which is the saddest part of the whole situation.
Really?
It was a spine shot. That deer wasn't thrashing around. That deer got hit and fell over.
Yeah.
Which is even worse because if you are going to be a dirty, filthy piece of S poacher, at least have the common damn sense to pick up the thing and put it in the back of your truck and go
Yeah.
and
Get rid of it.
eat it.
Yeah.
You know, here's the thing, because I've had people say, well, maybe they needed the meat for the table. Okay. We can argue, the morality of being illegal all day long if you want, but you're still a dirty poacher, even if you're eating
Right.
it. This piece of S didn't even bother to go out and pick up the deer.
Yeah.
Well, what do you
Left it
suppose
left.
someone would? Why?
I have
Yeah.
Like,
it is beyond me. I can't rationalize it in any way, shape, or form.
yeah. It doesn't make sense.
And the thing of it is I'm putting pieces together and I'm making assumptions, but this was an arrow. This was not a crossbow bolt. I've caught a poacher red-handed. Actually, state police were called, regional cops, game commission was here. Literally, I'm holding a spotlight on the guy till the cops got there.
Really?
Caught him red-handed. Deer in the field. I don't mind interacting, and getting involved if I have the opportunity. So in my mind, I'm trying to figure out.
what you going to do.
But I'm trying to figure out the scenario, how this thing played out.
Ryan comes for you.
And then that's the reason I brought up that scenario was because that was somebody that shot, and I heard it. So now, if you're going to be a dirty, stinking, nasty piece of S poacher, these guys at least had the brains to use archery equipment, I guess. I could see somebody hanging out the passenger side of a vehicle with the crossbow and shooting, right? But this was an arrow. It was not a bolt.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm trying to figure out this, like the situation. How does this happen? And what I'm envisioning is some just D-bag in the bed of a truck while his buddies are spotting. And as soon as they have a deer close enough that he thinks he could take a shot with the bow, he stands up in the bed of the truck with the bow and is cracking shots. Now, this deer literally was hit and dropped.
You're sure?
Jeez.
It didn't go off.
There's no way it went
didn't
anywhere.
run.
Nope.
Run.
Nope. There's no way this deer moved.
Huh.
And
That's terrible.
so they would have seen it go down.
Yeah.
So again, maybe the situation was, I'm trying to give benefit of the doubt to a bunch of asses, but maybe they took the shot, deer drops, maybe they were about to go get it, another vehicle's coming, now they're afraid they're going to get in trouble, which they should. They should
Right.
rot in prison. If it was up to me, they should get time for it, but at minimum a serious ass fine and lose their hunting license forever. But maybe a vehicle was coming, so they were like, oh, let's just leave this beautiful deer to rot and waste, so the only thing that gets to enjoy it is some of the other local wildlife. But
Yeah, and to your point, there are
just pissing me off to
Yeah.
no end.
there. To your point, there are programs out there where if you need deer meat, I know down in Maryland we have farmers and hunters feeding the hungry. You can go to those programs
Sure,
and
the
apply.
harvest is
and
a big one in PA.
absolutely, yeah. So, I agree. It just doesn't make sense, and it's just
It's a waste
absolutely. That's terrible to hear that.
and completely disrespectful. Obviously, they don't own the property. There's no reason that they should be there. And I know no one owns the deer on a piece of property. I get that, but it is a resource.
Absolutely.
And it's a renewable resource, but it's not an infinite resource, and it needs to be treated with respect. These animals deserve our respect, and that's just
Is that even a normal shot to take on a deer?
no. It was probably just a bad shot.
Okay.
I mean, maybe it's an intentional shot if you are poaching with the intent of throwing it in the back of a truck quick and getting home and eating it. I can't imagine poaching
It's hard.
with archery
I
equipment
think
anyway.
I
'cause,
saw that
deer will
picture,
go a
and
long
that's
way.
hard to shoot at that angle. It's hard to aim with that intent. That looked like a bad shot.
Yeah.
And
From a little bit of like an elevated position. I think the bed of the truck is a good theory.
It's the only thing that makes sense, and it was 30 yards off the road. I mean, roughly.
So maybe the truck was moving or whatever. Who knows?
Yeah,
Or
I mean,
moved.
any number of things, but the I guess good news, if there is any to be had here, very easily you can go to Pennsylvania Game Commission's website, even on a mobile platform. So I was using my cell phone at the time. One of the very first things predominantly displayed on PGC's homepage, report a violation. Click it, click the phone number. All of a sudden it's ringing through. Now it was after hours because I think it was about 5 p.m.-ish.
Yeah.
I left a nice long voicemail. Pretty sure I didn't use any expletives. No, wait, I did. But I tried to be as calm and professional as I could when I gave them all the information, who I am, where I'm calling from, where I found the violation. And less than 24 hours later, I got a phone call back from them, and they had come out, picked up the deer to take it back to see if they could get anything off of it, evidence-wise, things like that. Although, realistically, I know that there really isn't anything.
Did they
you can
mention?
able to do.
Was the arrow still in that deer?
Yeah.
Good.
Well, when they picked it up,
yeah.
yes, he said that they took the arrow and the deer back.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
At least they have some evidence. I mean,
Yeah.
if anything can easily be linked back to somebody,
Yeah,
at least
but
they
even
have.
to-
it's
to-
more
it's
better
so
than
hard.
to try to send that arrow out for prints is going to cost
Oh.
a ton of money, and is it worth it in the long run?
They'll wait till they catch somebody and maybe see the same.
They got to be
same
caught
fletchings
red-handed.
or right, and then they'll tie that onto another
Yep.
when they catch them red-handed on another one. Unfortunately,
And it would be a very
Magnum PI on Rutten River Pursuits this week.
I'm sure it happens more than just this one time this week here
Oh, I'm
with
sure.
Ryan.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that it happened so close. We're so passionate about it.
The only thing I
Anyway.
can assume is that these are just a bunch of douchebags out having fun, in their opinion, fun, screwing around, because there's no other explanation for leaving it lay.
I'm completely with you. Even if somebody scared them off, if
They'd
you
be
want
back.
if you want to
Yeah.
eat that, if you're going through that extent to get a deer,
And
you're
it-
coming back.
And
They were just
surprisingly enough,
killing.
I'd been through there probably 2 days in a row, so I must have passed it because it was there more than 24 hours. I'm not a forensics expert, although I did stay at a Holiday Inn last night.
it doesn't make sense now.
But from what I could gather, this was sort of, toward the end of day 2. of it laying there. So it probably happened over
Did
the
you
weekend.
put plastic
Yeah,
tape
I
and
just-
chalks in it?
No.
Just checking.
I took snapped a quick photo and got out of Dodge.
Sully.
What is the penalty for someone getting caught? Do you lose your license forever? Your hunting license?
It's not a lifetime ban in Pennsylvania for like a small infraction, which would be like that you got caught poaching a deer.
Yeah.
I think that would be considered like first time offense, something
Okay.
like that. You will lose it based on the severity and.
Does that even does that stop a poacher? Like, I lost my license.
No.
I'm poaching.
No, he was already doing it illegally. What's going to stop him from doing it illegally the next time? So,
Yeah, so there's a fine, I assume.
You're
or
on
something?
double secret probation.
yeah, it's a lot of fines, some actual jail time,
Really?
because generally there'll be a pile of charges
Yeah.
filed. Some of them are game law violations. Others are just regular criminal violations. The guy that I caught red-handed, there were all kinds of things. They even got everything up to and including filing false police reports because his girlfriend who was driving the car ditched it, got a ride back to their house, and then called the car in stolen.
Oh, wow.
And they were able to prove that
Oh, my.
she ditched it and all this stuff. So, yeah, they got hammered with
Holy
all kinds of
buckets.
stuff. That guy actually got jail time.
Huh.
So, good for that D-bag. Anyway, enough of the unhappy stuff. Looking forward to, by the time this thing drops, we're hours away from the archery opener where it can be done legally by actual hunters.
Well, there you go.
Here.
Well, all over Pennsylvania, really. It's statewide. I digress. What have you guys been up to?
Would you support like a massive where I've been hearing word that the people want to like just start hunting Sunday and how could the game commission and everybody enforce it if we all just started like that was an argument that I heard, like
No, that's like storming Area 51.
Yeah.
That's just silly.
yes,
I don't do things illegally.
no.
So since it's, there are legal ways to change those regulations. We're trying to go through them. It sucks. There's way too much red tape, but do it right.
Right.
To break the law intentionally is still breaking the law.
Yeah.
It just ain't right. So don't do it.
So, what about what would you say about the colonies? Whenever
You have to be able to draw a line somewhere. Will.
it's not Sunday hunting for you.
It's not. It's not Sunday hunting for me.
13 colonies.
I'm
we
a
have to
hill to die
stand up
on.
against another.
Yeah. And it's funny
government.
because I'm very.
You trying to get me fired up now, bud?
I'm
just
very.
checking.
It's very rare that I would try to resolve a problem by creating more
Dumping tea
legislation
in a harbor? Come on, bro.
or writing more things into effect. But I would like to see a complete, and this is not going to be popular. Sorry about it in advance. I'd like to see a complete ban in the state of Pennsylvania for spotlighting. There's a lot of states that do that.
Really?
You go down and you look at the list of states that don't allow spotlighting. Guess what? Real big buck running around.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's no spotlighting in Maryland and or West Virginia, which I've hunted in both.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't
some
believe
of the
it's
best,
allowed in Indiana or Illinois.
Some of the best evenings I've ever had is
I
just.
agree.
I used to love that.
I know.
We
the
were
matter is-
counting deer. And
Yep.
One bad apple spoils the bunch.
It just opens the door. Like, Ryan says, you have a spotlight and then the next thing you know, you see a buck and they're like, hey, there's a rifle in the back seat. It just,
It's just too
it can
tempting for
facilitate.
dudes.
Well, some people, some bad people, it could.
You're already breaking the law
know?
if that happened because you shouldn't have a rifle in
well,
the
that's
vehicle if you
true.
are spotting.
That's true.
And then you would take away, you would make it easier for law enforcement to get the poachers because then if somebody is shining a light,
They're already breaking the law.
they're up to
Correct.
something
Yeah.
wrong.
So you're going to get checked. Yeah.
And believe me, I've had.
nefarious.
I love spotlighting.
I love it.
I've been stopped by a gentleman who was
Wanting
trying
know
to
how
correct
get-
me.
Where'd you get that bright light?
And I explained how the law works to him because it was after rifle season had ended and he was giving me a hard time about spotting. He's like, you can't spot this time of year. I'm like, actually, as of 6:05 p.m. it was the end of the season.
Yeah.
Season's
Right,
over.
Right, yeah.
I can spot again. Like I had to explain the rules and regulations to him.
Yeah.
So thanks for stopping by. I like to do things, but I also follow the law.
Yeah.
in this case, I would be more, because you have to pick a side, right? I don't want to make this a real political thing, but there are goods and bads about everything in life.
Yeah.
You got to pick a side and you got to make a stand. And if I needed to, in this scenario, get rid of the spotlights.
Sure.
Yep. It's a little too fresh. Sorry.
Interesting.
Walked up on that big mama doe. I'm still.
I get it.
I could support you on this one.
I've never poached, and I've liked the spotlight, so I don't.
Yeah. Right,
I don't know what's so tempting about it.
It's a better means to an end than my other option, which is complete and total vigilante justice.
Oh my!
I have to agree with you.
That's where society breaks down.
Yeah. Will, I agree with you. You know, being a native of Pennsylvania, I can remember years past when I was young, you know, your dad, your grandfather, your cousin, we went out and you spotted deer. It was a great time.
We had 1 million candle power.
Oh
yeah.
But
yeah,
it
the little
didn't
plug it into the cigarette lighter.
absolutely.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's more like 45
Absolutely.
candles.
Yeah, when I
It would
moved,
burn out the cigarette. It would burn out. It would melt in the cigarette. lighter.
right, it was being on so long.
So we actually had to hotwire it to the battery.
Coming out of the hood,
Yeah.
across the door,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a lot of use.
No,
Well-
we had it. That was fun, and it would get really hot. It would be. I mean, it was just what we did.
Yeah. When I moved to West Virginia, when I first moved to the area, I lived in West Virginia. When I found out that spotlighting was illegal down there, I thought it was crazy.
Yeah.
But again, I knew it
Did
was
you
a
write a
regulation,
petition?
and I did not.
Sign this
I d-
petition.
I knew that it was a regulation and a law as a licensed hunter that I had
The
to
lights
follow.
are so much brighter now than they were when we were
Oh,
kids.
jeez, they are.
You should just limit it to 1 million candle power, and then that's it.
No more than
I didn't even say candle power anymore because
It's
lumens.
lumens.
It's all about the lumens.
It's all
Yeah.
about the lumens,
Yeah.
but it used to be candle
And,
power.
and I think they did that intentionally
The
to confuse
horse
the
and-
Amish.
Yeah,
Because that's when they can't measure things in lumens. They can only do it by candle power.
engines are measured in horsepower. Candle powers,
I still have
horsepower.
one in my basement. It's
1 million CP.
candle power. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe 500,000. I may not have sprung for the million.
I bet you.
What they
held
call them, a
off.
kettle? It looked like,
like-
a pot.
It was a
s-
pot,
yeah, a silver
With a
pot with a push
handle.
button. I remember the push button one with your thumb.
is a candle power like centimeters compared to lumens being kilometers?
Oh yeah.
Like it's
yeah.
like a
I'm not
tenfold.
sure.
Much
Is
math.
that why they had to change? Don't.
Too much math.
Stevie brought math in way early
No.
into this episode,
Well,
so don't even come at me like that, like a spider
How many
monkey
lumens
math.
are in a candle power?
Oh,
Like,
the
she
iPhone.
doesn't even know.
Hold on.
Yeah, can we get a candle power?
Let me ask-
candle to lumen
Hold on.
Ratio.
conversion table.
Hey Google, how many lumens are in a candle power?
12.57 lumens. According to Westside Wholesale, candle power and lumens measure different light qualities, and one candle power equals 12.57 lumens.
Thank you.
There we go. So how many lumens were 1 million candle power?
Oh, so
You had to do the math. That's too much math. I
whoa,
can't
now
do
you're doing. See,
I can't do it.
12.75
Times a million.
divided by.
Yeah.
times
Divided by, but
Divided by. See, I'm not good at math.
750,000, something like that. I don't know.
That's-
You're just
yeah.
saying words.
I'm just.
I'm gonna
saying
stop
words.
talking.
I'm an engineer.
I'm an engineer this backwards. Reverse engineer.
78,000. No.
It doesn't seem
That's
right.
how many
That ain't
lumens are in
right.
1 million candle
1
power.
million divided by 12.57.
That's what I did.
You
No,
forgot the
you
0.57.
You did 100,000 divided by 12.57.
wow, we really derailed.
That can't be right.
78,000 lumens.
79 is 80,000. Oh yeah, I guess it is.
You were rounding.
Well, I always misplace a decimal here and there.
But I will tell you, but the point is 78,000 lumens to me is
Doesn't sound nearly as
a
good.
billion times brighter
Oh, yeah.
than a million
Candle
times candle powers.
Yeah.
And there you have it, folks. Some hard hitting photons.
Photon talk.
Rods and cones, but
Oh my goodness.
Do you have any issue with color blindness talk here?
Yeah.
with candle power, and
That's why he hates spotting.
you can't see him at night anyhow.
I'm just banned it because I have no horse in that dog pony stuff.
Isn't there? Don't predators' eyes shine a different color?
Yes, they do.
I don't see that.
Yeah.
Eyes are eyes.
Yeah.
Like I get a little reflection,
A little
off of
twinkle.
it. Yeah. Same reason why I can't tell the difference. Like obviously, trail markers in the woods and stuff look
Right,
like
yeah.
it could be deers, but everything's just reflecting light. That's all I
Except
know.
when there's one,
There's always more than
a
one.
cyclops deer.
No, it could be looking kind of at you, but at an angle.
Oh, okay.
Does anybody else have anything exciting? Sorry, I brought us down there for a minute, boys.
Oh, he sure did, dude.
Well, talking about hunting legally, which we all should all be doing.
Yeah.
I've been doing a few
You have
sets
been out a few.
down in Maryland.
I'm sick of your stuff.
I'm
It's time to do the Sonic campfire now.
No, our season came in September 9th, and fortunately or unfortunately, my wife and I were leaving for Delaware that same day, so I was unable to get out the first day.
Did you have a visitor?
Don't cry
I
for me,
did.
RJ.
I did. I did. I went out last night and pulled the car, and I hadn't pulled it since prior to the season. And the morning of the 9th, which was the first day, I had a beautiful 8-point buck standing about 10 yards in front of my camera. Yes.
That's how that works.
So it was before legal shooting light, but who's to say that buck
he's probably
wasn't
around.
going to be around?
He was 5 yards behind your camera.
Whenever the legal shooting light came around.
He was just milling around.
He could be.
He's
Yeah, so I was disappointed to see that. But
Where's that Brian guy? I haven't seen him in a while.
but it's been nice to get out.
Are you seeing anything while you're out?
Yes,
Are you passing on anything?
I am. Yeah, yeah.
What's your what's your goal this year?
My goal this year is just to take
Pass so many deers.
a mature buck.
Really?
A
What's
mature buck.
like 3.5?
I don't know. I mean, I have.
Don't even know.
Well, I know that
I'll know when I see him.
through scouting and through trail camera pictures, there are several mature buck on the property that I hunt, and I have 3 bucks that I've been seeing consistently on the farm that I hunt, and I'm targeting one of those 3.
So you know which
He's
one you
got
want.
it.
Well,
Okay,
there's
I got you.
3 bucks that I've been seeing, and they're you can definitely tell they're mature. Whether
Right.
I'm not good at aging them, whether they're 3.5 or 4.5, but I know by looking at them that their antler size as well as their body size. They're not a 1.5 year or a 2.5 year old deer. Other than that, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5. I don't know if we have.
Give me 6, give me 7.
I don't know if we have 5.5 or 6.5 year old deer on the property that I'm hunting, but
Are you
Bucky broke Steve.
Are you worried at all that those immature bucks are going to feel neglected and want probably go off of your property because you're not paying attention to them?
No, I don't.
Are
you offering to come and give them any attention, Will?
I
Is
will
that-
gladly buy a Maryland
Yeah.
license and pay attention to those young
Pay
bucks.
attention. You can come down and pay attention to them. Yep. Yeah. With that being said, I would rather shoot a doe than shoot an immature buck.
Yeah.
So that's
not a bad standard.
That's what I'm going to do. And so there have been several deer in range, and part of it is convenience. I'm out at 75 degrees or hotter, and I have a certain amount of daylight left. And if I take one of those doe, the process goes in my head. If it's going to be a good shot, and is going to take me an hour to recover the deer. I don't have a deep freeze or a walk-in. I'm going to have to skin the deer, quarter it, cool it down, and I want to do it properly, and I don't want any of the meat to go to waste. So those things kind of
talked about
factor.
that last week with the wild game cook.
So what
Yeah.
you're
That
saying is
the work starts when it hits the ground.
We're going to build
Absolutely.
a walk-in freezer.
We
Nice.
may.
That's our
that-
project.
Yeah. There's a gentleman that I know that picked up one of those coolers and that went in the back of a truck and threw an air conditioner in it, put a hole in it, threw an air conditioner in it, and cools it down with an AC.
And shot a deer illegally.
No, he didn't do that.
Better not.
Get that meat on ice.
That's the one thing that Pick's looking forward to the most with season 4. So when Will comes and builds a walk-in cooler down at his place.
That's my new projects.
Oh. No, but it's been nice to get out. I've been just fortunate, like Bucky, like we said a little bit earlier, and get out and see some deer and be in the stand with the bow hanging next to me. And
I think we're all looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's coming up for you guys.
Just a little jealous, Brian. That's all.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's a little unhealthy ribbon.
Yeah. And you all can get a Maryland license. I mean, there are states that come in before PA.
Yeah,
So
I've been waiting for invites.
Okay.
I wait for invites and then I
jump on it.
Yeah, I jump on it.
Mm-hmm. Season 5. I'm hunting Maryland.
Mm-hmm. Where?
Mostly Brian's.
You're not invited. He didn't invite you.
I know where he lives though. I'll follow him home from here one night.
I'll show you whenever I build that walk-in
No, there's
cooler.
a lot of public land available in Maryland, and it's not far from the PA border. Most of it is hunted by Pennsylvania hunters.
By Pennsylvanians.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's about 6,000 acres public ground about 10 miles from my house.
Yep.
Wow.
So, yep.
Well, guys, I'd say we did this current some justice.
Say it.
It was a lot.
We did.
So before we go, Stevie,
What's that?
tell me a little bit about this month's other sponsor.
This month is also brought to you in part by Miser Creative LLC. Rutten River Pursuits podcast is a production of Miser Creative LLC, and if you're interested in starting your own podcast, or if you need help creating video content for social media, look us up. Give Will an email at will@ruttenriverpursuits.com for more information or pricing options.
I'll tell you what, guys, that Miser Creative LLC is some good stuff.
I love that
I'm
LLC.
glad you guys like
They
it.
put together a pretty good podcast. I'll say it.
Oh, yeah.
So we've
Anyway,
been told.
boys,
Their videos are coming along too.
season 4 is going to be epic.
Yes, it is.
Thank you all for season 3. Appreciate it.
Into the Quattro.
Here we go. See you, boys.
All right. Bringing my outdoor experiences to the masses and hopefully giving them some knowledge and giving them some education and making it entertaining along the way, giving them some laughs.
Yeah, well, you got a
That's
ways to go
ideal.
there, bud.
I'm working on it, Will. I'm working on it.
The funny part.
Yeah.
All this outdoor show talk actually has me pretty amped up about that. I can't wait.
That's what I was going to say, because as soon as we start the new season, it's like next thing you know,
Yeah.
Damn.
because we got to go through whitetails and boom.
I hope to go through at least 3 of them. Complete
Is that what
pass
you
through
have time
double
for?
lung.
I like the way you're thinking.
Anyway, enough of the unhappy stuff. Looking forward to, by the time this thing drops, we're hours away from the archery opener, where it can be done legally by actual hunters.
Well, there you go.
Here, here.
Well, all over Pennsylvania, really. It's statewide.
You know, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5. I don't know if we have.
Give me 6, give me 7.
I don't know.